Hi, everybody. Lesson 14 homework. Now we're on page 63. Just going to write that up at the top so if you're still looking for it. Page 63, lesson 14. We're going to do this like we worked on in class. Now, one of the things they're saying is to solve the problem vertically and then check your work with the chips. If you don't need to draw the chips, and you can do it all vertically, then the chips is just a way of making sure you did your work right. All right. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to use the place value the place value chart. But then on maybe one of the last couple of problems, we'll just solve it vertically and then we'll check. All right. So I do want to start by writing it vertically so I can see what I have. 156 minus 42. Now, this is a 3-digit number. 42 is a 2-digit number. So still really important that we're lining up correctly. This is hundreds, tens, and ones. 42 just has tens and ones. So my 4 needs to be under the 5 because that's in the tens place. And the 2 needs to be under that 6. All right. I start by representing the whole number. And then I don't represent 42 because I'm taking 42 out of that number. I'm not putting it back in. So I have 100. I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 151, 152, 153, 154, 155, 156. Great. So now I'm going to draw that magnifying glass just so I know that I'm remembering to check if I'm ready. Can I take 2 away from 6? I can. I don't need to unbundle to do that. Can I take 4 away from 5? I can. We are ready to subtract. So I'm starting with my ones. 6 minus 2. So I'm going to cross out 2. 6 minus 2 is 4. I have 5 tens, and I'm subtracting 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 take away 4 is 1. I'm not subtracting any hundreds. So it's 1 minus 0, and that is 1. So 156 minus 42 is 114. Let's do the next one. Same thing. I'm going to write it vertically. 150, and I'm careful with my 36 that I'm lining it up under my tens and ones. I don't have anything in my hundreds place here. I start with 100, 5 tens, and 0 ones. Drawing that magnifying glass, I need to check that number carefully. Be a detective. If I have 0, can I take 6? I can't. I need to unbundle or decompose one of those tens. So I'm crossing it out of the tens column, and I'm drawing my arrow. I'm going to break it up into 10 ones. I still have 150. I have 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, and then I have 10 ones, which is 50. Whatever I do here, I have to do here. I didn't change my hundreds, but I no longer have 5 tens. I've only got 4, so I'm writing that up on top. Do I have 0 ones? No. Now I have 10 ones. Now my vertical problem looks like my place value chart, and I'm ready to go. I can take 6 away from 10. There's 5 and 6. I have 4 left. 6 and 4 are number pairs, bonds to 10. So 10 minus 6 is 4. I have 4 10s, and I'm going to subtract 3 10s. 1, 2, 3. 4 minus 3 is 1. I'm not subtracting anything from the 100, so 1 minus nothing is 1. Oh my goodness! It's the same. 150 minus 36 is 114. All right, on this last one on this page, I want us to solve it vertically first, and then we will use our place value chart to check and see if we did it right. So I am writing it 163 minus 45. Again, it is very important. If I put the 4 over here under the 1, I'm in trouble. That 4 needs to be right under my 6, the 5 right there. I'm going to draw my magnifying glass and look at it. All right, I have 3 1s. Can I take 5 away from 3? I can't. 5 is bigger. So I am going to unbundle one of my 10s. If I unbundle a 10, then I've only got 5 left. When I bring 10 over here, we have 10 and 3, which is 13. 13 minus 5. We can count back if it's not a number sentence that we know, or fact that we know. So we can count back 5. So we have 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. 13 minus 5 is 8. 5 minus 4 is 1. 1 minus 0 is 1. So that makes me a little bit nervous. I'm going to check over here in my chips in my place value chart and make sure I did it correctly. So 163, I have 100. I need 60, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and then 3 1s. 163. I'm going to take away 45. I already said I had to unbundle or decompose one of my 10s. So now I have 10, 11, 12, 13 on this side, and I've only got 5 10s. Now I'm going to subtract 45. If I take away 5, then I have 5 and 3, which is 8. We got that part right. And then I have how many 10s? 5 10s, and I'm going to take away 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, which leaves us with 1. The 100, we're not subtracting anything. So 118 is the correct answer. So if you're ready to start trying to use the algorithm, you can use the algorithm and then use your place value discs to check. If that makes you nervous, use your place value discs. That's what this strategy is for. Drawing chips is a strategy. If the chips gets you confused, go back to using your discs. You need to use a strategy that helps you solve the math. So turning the page 64, solve the following problems without a place value chart. Okay, we can do this. We know the algorithm. We just practiced it. So I need to take 9 away from 4. Draw that magnifying glass if it helps you remember to examine it. I can't get 9 out of 4. I'm going to have to unbundle or decompose one of those 10s. So I am crossing out 3. I won't have 3 anymore. I'm only going to have 2. I am moving it over here, and I am adding 10 ones. If I have 10 and 4, 10, 4 is 14. So now I have 14 minus 9. You can count back or you can count up. We have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 5. 14 minus 9 is 5. Now, I no longer have 3. I've got 2. If I have 2 and I take 2 away, how many have I got left? 0 tens. And then here we have 100 minus nothing is 100. We can do this. We understand this algorithm. 154 minus 37. I have to look at that number, be a detective. Can I take 7 from 4? I cannot. I need to unbundle or decompose. So I'm going to take one of the 10s, which leaves you with 4 10s. And I'm going to bring that 10 over here. If I have 10 and 4, that is 14. 14 minus 7, you might want to count up or count back, but I happen to know that's one of my doubles. 7 plus 7 is 14. So 14 minus 7 is 7. 4 minus 3 and 1 minus nothing. Look at that. We did it without place value chips. Now we're going to go down and do our word problems. And it says we can use our place value chips if we want to. So probably will. It helps us feel a little more comfortable sometimes. So Anaya has 165 seashells. She has 28 more than Ralph. How many seashells does Ralph have? Sometimes it helps to use the tape diagram for these things. Anaya has 165. She has 28 more than Ralph, which means Ralph's bar is going to be shorter. We don't know how many Ralph has. That's what we're going to try to figure out. But we know this bit here is 28. Anaya's is more than Ralph's. So what we have here is a part whole. 165 is the whole. And we know one part is 28. We want to know what the other part is. When we are missing one part, we can subtract to find that part. So the two numbers that we know are 165 and 28. So I'm looking at this. I can't take 8 from 5. So I kind of want to use place value. So there's my hundreds, my tens, and my ones. I have 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. Since I need more to subtract 8, I'm going to unbundle 110. And now I have 10, 5. I need to change this to look like this. I took 110 away, and so now there are 5. Oh, I didn't leave myself enough room. I brought 10 over here, so we have 10 and 5, so this is 15. So if I have 15, I can take away 8. I'm going to take away 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'm left with 7. Here, I've only got 5 tens now, and I need to take away 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. I have 100, subtract nothing. 1 minus 0 is 1. So Ralph has 137 shells. Anaya and Ralph each give 19 shells to Harold, each of them. How many seashells does Naya have left? So Ralph gives away 19 and Anaya gives away 19. We're not asking about Ralph until the end. So we're going to start with Anaya. Anaya has 165 and she gave 19 to Harold. If I look at that number, I'm going to need to unbundle. So sometimes when I need to unbundle, I'm just more comfortable doing it with my chips. So again, I have to do 165, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to take away 19, so I'm going to need to unbundle a 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is still 165. I haven't changed it yet. I haven't taken anything away. I have 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and then this 10, I've just moved over into the ones. So I have 150, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. 161, 162, 163, 164, 165. I still have 165. I've just taken this, which represents 10, and broken it up. I've unbundled it or decomposed it. That's all. So now, pretty easy to take 9 away. I'm going to take away 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now I have 5 and 1 left. So that is 6. I forgot to change my numbers. My numbers still have to look like this or I'm going to make mistakes. So I no longer had 6 tens because I unbundled one. I have 5. I no longer have 5 ones. I have 15. So 15 minus 9 is 6. 5 minus 1, we're going to subtract one more 10, and we have how many left? 5 minus 1 is 4. And 100 minus 0 is 100. So she has 146 shells left, right? Now they want to know how many Ralph has left. We're going to do the same sort of problem, but Ralph isn't starting with 165. How many does Ralph have? 137. So Ralph has 137 minus, make sure we're lining up, 19. Taking a close look at that hole, I can see going to need to unbundle. So, like I said, sometimes I'm more comfortable doing the chips. If you don't need to do the chips, you may go ahead and use your algorithm to solve that. I'm going to start by modeling 137, 110, 20, 30, 131, 132, 133, 134, 135, 136, 137. Now, I only have 7 and I need to take 9, so I am unbundling, decomposing one of those 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that 10 is here instead of here. I need to change that here. I no longer have 3 10s, I have 2. I no longer have 7 1s, I have 10 7. 17. So if I have 17 and I'm going to take away 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 1 here and 7 here. 17 minus 9 is 8. Now I'm moving to the 10s. I have 2 10s and I'm going to take away one of those 10s. 2 minus 1 is 1. 100 minus nothing. 1 minus 0 is 1. So Ralph has 118 shells left. So they still have plenty of shells. It's nice that they shared with their friend Harold. If you need to pause for a minute to catch up, that was a lot of work on that problem. Go right ahead and pause, and I will see you next time.